Welcome back. The idea for the Pedestrian Summit grew out of one of the Healthy Hometown committees that we formed. It really demonstrates this community's commitment to encouraging walking, biking, and using public transportation as we make plans for developing our city for the future. I'm very delighted to welcome Mayor Jerry Abramson. Mayor Abramson has been a force in getting this community thinking about the importance of health and wellness on so many levels. Mayor, where did the idea of the Mayor's Healthy Hometown movement come from?
Well, you know, the idea came from a very outstanding leader of the public health department before it was public health and wellness. You were kind enough to come into my office and say that we do have a problem not only in this country, but specifically here in this community in terms of people not getting off the couch and not getting out and not exercising, and obesity problems and all the unfortunate physical difficulties that come with lack of energy, lack of exercise. And you know, you laid out what I thought was a very meaningful game plan to develop this movement. And I remember you saying to me, I said, okay, we'll do it. It sounds great. We ought to call it, I think you had said the Mayor's Healthy Hometown, and I said initiative. And you said, no, Mayor, it can't be an initiative because initiatives have a start and an end. And this is a movement. It's something that we've got to ingrain in people so that they not only do it for a period of time, but it becomes a part of the fabric of themselves individually. And so as a result of your focus, it really got me energized about carrying this message and creating this umbrella entity. And that really is what the Mayor's Healthy Hometown movement is. It's an umbrella under which there's hundreds of organizations, many of which have been in the business of exercise and nutrition for many, many years before we began to gin it up, if you will. But others that have joined us at the local level, at the grassroots level, and some of the faith-based organizations that have all joined in to learn from each other, to feed off ideas from each other. And it's really been great. And I think I'm beginning to hear people just in the grocery store talk about it as a movement, or say to me, if I'm buying something that I shouldn't be at the grocery, someone will say to me in the checkout line, Mayor, that's not good for the Healthy Hometown movement, to which I then blame it on my 16-year-old and say I was buying it for him.
That's kind of the up and the downside of it, because people start scrutinizing,
well, that's right.
Why are you drinking that, or why are you eating this? Or
yeah, or how come when I'm jogging in the morning I'm not going faster? Or how come when I'm bicycling on the weekends I'm not going faster? Those kinds of shouts as cars drive by or people come out to their porch and yell, you know, keep it moving, Mayor, you got to pick it up. Yeah,
well, and one of the things that we had hoped would happen is that at some point the culture would actually change and optimal health and physical activity would be the norm. And one of the things that we've advocated is when, and people are watching this, when you see someone who's riding their bike or jogging or running, you know, give them a thumbs up, give them some support and say,
Adewale.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
What do you think? What ways do you
say
think?
Looking good.
Looking good
as they're riding or jogging by.
I have to find your route.
Or rollerblading. You know, that's another thing that I'm beginning to see more of in town, and that's a great exercise.
I've never tried that. Have you?
Neither have I, and it's not going to happen. I'm sticking to my bike and my legs.
Well, we've kind of alluded to it, but any other specific thoughts you have about the ways that this is reaching people now?
Well, I think what was really exciting is the overall executive group that has been developing new ways for the Healthy Hometown movement to engage people, came up with the focus of mini grants, ways to really reach into neighborhoods, to get into grassroots organizations and say, for a couple of dollars here or there, we can help you energize the people in which you have a chance to work with, your neighborhood group, your faith-based group, your senior citizen facility, etc. And those $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 grants, which we've given out now, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, I would think.
Oh, much more than that. I think we're all over $100,000.
Okay, over the last 3 or 4 years,
yes.
Have helped carry that message and energize grassroots organizations to participate. You know, the Ys and the Boys and Girls Clubs and all those organizations, they get it. They're engaged. But we're always looking to try to broaden that base. And the smaller groups are the ones that we can generally get to connect with us, working with the schools, from not only the public schools and parochial and private schools, but all the way up to the University of Louisville, and engaging with those kids to be able to understand what needs to occur, and also building the infrastructure that they can use. I mean, we're opening the first 23 miles of our Louisville Loop. Well, that'll take you from the downtown 4th Street Wharf all the way out to Valley Station at Farnsley-Moorman. That is an opportunity for people to walk along the river's edge, 23 miles one way, or bicycle or rollerblade along the Riverwalk all the way out to the Levee Trail and out to Farnsley-Moorman. We're building the infrastructure as we repave streets and we put in the bike lanes. We're building the infrastructure as we make one-way loops in some of our parks around the community. So we're trying to give folks the basis upon which they can then step out and engage.
And it seems that there is attention being paid to Louisville and its efforts all over the country.
You know, I'm hearing well, I was in Bowling Green last week, and they had a bike summit 3.5 years after we had our bike summit, which has developed the energy around bicycling. I hear at mayor's meetings all the time about the importance of raising the awareness of eating correctly and exercising. And Louisville and several other cities are time and again mentioned as projects that have been really successful in terms of sort of beginning to change the mindset. You don't turn this aircraft carrier around, on a dime. It takes some time, but we're there. We've been there for 3+ years. We'll continue to be there and hopefully come up with more creative ways to engage more people in understanding the importance.